this is not about me. It's about the women, That's why, and that actually aroused my stubbornness. I said, you got it all wrong.
Yeah.
Otherwise, apa guna aku jadi ketua wanita if I don't speak this up?
Yeah. Okey, kali ini kembali lagi kita dalam podcast Dialog NS. Sebelum ini kita sudah ada 3 podcast kita bersama dengan yang pertama sekali menampilkan YB Rara, YB Bentung. Lepas tu kita ada YB Teresa Kok dan YB Zaila. Jadi you can imagine that these are from different parties, especially macam YB Zaila dari Pembangkang, tapi kita tujuan kita adalah untuk mengenengahkan pemimpin wanita. We want especially the young people to see that we don't leave them behind. Kita bekerjasama dengan apa juga parti, sebab wanita ni di kalangan wanita adalah yang orang kata orang agent for change, menyatu padukan rakyat, menyatu padukan orang. Jadi sebab itu kita tak kisah. But this is my personal program, bukan kementerian punya program. Okay? Jadi supaya kerajaan tahulah saya bukan buat kerja untuk kementerian saja, tapi untuk memastikan dalam parti politik kita perlu memikirkan program-program yang melibatkan orang muda juga. Jadi semuanya datang dari parti politik yang berbeza. Dan episod keempat kali ini kita bawakan seorang figura anak kelahiran Bumi Kejalang. Jadi bersama kita ialah Ahli Parlimen Sri Aman Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Doris Sophia Brody. How are you?
I'm okay, always good.
You look exhausted. I know
Very
we have just
exhausted,
had been
mentally, physically,
banyak kerja kita kan sama. Walaupun datang dari different party, tapi kita bekerjasama. Saya ambil peluang inilah. Saya amat berbangga. Terima kasih di mana saya nampak grup GPS laki perempuan kerjasama, dan di situ kita dapat melihat perpaduan di kalangan kita, dan mereka sama-sama menjalankan tugas demi untuk rakyat. Now, okay, just let us share with kita punya audience. How did you get into politics?
Aduh, lama. Kami cakap Sarawak juga.
Boleh.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
I've been in politics for 39 over years. I was barely 26, 7 tahun time
Yeah. Okay.
So you can imagine half of my life nang in politics lah,
Yeah.
It's all about curiosity. Mun you ingat tahun 60, 1983, 1984, 85, kami mula-mula berkecimpung or rather mendampingi politik 1985,
Were you with the same party or
No. It was Parti Bangsa Dayak Sarawak, mun you ingat.
PBDS.
PBDS.
I see.
That was why I got curious. Sebab kan PBDS tu Parti Bangsa Dayak Sarawak. At that age of 26, 25, I was thinking, what has got this party for the rural people, for the Dayak people?
You already start to question, kan?
So, tahun 85, kami mula-mula berjinak dengan parti tu. Mengikut sidaknya ceramah. And those years, infrastructure kita teruk kan.
Teruk.
Mun dari Miri ke Sibu 11 jam sampai. Half of the time you were pushing the car stuck. So
I bet those in the daripada Semenanjung tak faham ni.
no,
they
definitely
don't
they don't understand. Yeah. So that's how I got started. Officially in 1986, kami register to be PBDS member time and stay on sampai tahun 2004 when the party was dissolved and PRS was formed on the very day 21 Oktober tahun 2004.
Ingat juga tarikhnya.
Ingat. So automatically I joined PRS lah, sebab PBDS kan dissolved time PRS become the offshoot of PBDS lah. So that's how it started, and there have been no turning back since then.
Itulah dinamakan perjuangan. Because not just interested in politics, tapi you already started to question what is it in there for the Dayak people, for the rural people. Nah, untuk pengetahuan penama penuntut kita, actually YB Datuk Doris Brody ini adalah di antara the first Dayak woman jadi MP. Tapi sebelum itu jadi senator.
I was senator tahun 2010.
Senator. Lepas tu dalam menjadi senator, menjadi deputy speaker.
20.
So you're the first female Dayak menjadi speaker lah,
Dewan
deputy
Negara lah.
speaker lah. Though not the first one jadi senator, because before there was Tan Sri Empiang. Now after that, you dah bertanding dalam pilihan raya, dah menang, alhamdulillah. So now moving on. Jadi maybe apa yang inspire you, maybe some of the answers dah ada dalam tu tadi, but surely there are other things that inspired you as well. Because tadi you were mentioning about sorong kereta. This is something that many youngsters dan juga orang luar daripada Sarawak tak faham. They don't understand that we have gone through that, and yet you still macam wanita bersalin lah. Mungkin some people don't know, wanita yang bersalin mula-mula sakit. Bila dah bersalin dia nak lagi, ada anak baru lagi. So you see that semangat wanita ini kental. Jadi maybe you want to share what makes you still stay on walaupun dalam keadaan yang pada orang kata yang susah. Even until now, with due respect lah, masih ada lagi kawasan yang perlukan infrastruktur ini. That's why MA63 is
Kita
something that
fighting for it.
we are fighting for that. So maybe you want to share that apa yang membuat dia lebih kental lagi walaupun apa yang berlaku itu memang agak sukar untuk kita. Betul. Kan.
Actually, as I said lah, politik is half of my life. Is memang politik. People selalunya at the age of 25, 26.
Anyway, how about your family members? Anybody in the family ada macam tu?
I come from a very humble family. None of them are politician, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to perjuangan dalam politik tu. As I said, macam dah darah daging.
Darah daging.
Many a times, I be honest, macam dah nak berhenti. You know, I said enough lah. You know, I got to be more focused on my family, suami, anak-anak, you know, and things like that. Tapi mun adalah kecoh sedikit, adalah something to do with politik. Tok yang si ngam, tok yang si betul adalah first to be curious, mau tahu juga, you know, things like that. So I said, bila lah tok mau, you know, you feel really want to let go. But back to perjuangan in politics, mine is more of rural people.
Rural based. Yeah.
I am setakat tu lah, I'm happy with GPS sebab kita ada visi, kita ada misi mau nangga jurang pembangunan di antara luar bandar dengan bandar tahun 2030 tu mendapat kita rapatkan. So benar-benar kami looking forward because all my life that has been my perjuangan. Mau nangga the rural people are in the mainstream of politics. Dari segi infrastrukturnya, dari segi ekonominya, dari segi pembangunannya, macam-macam lah. So that has always been me, you know. And
I think by now then only kita realise that, because dulu memang teruk. I can understand that. Even when I was first jadi MP di Batang Sadung, memang terpaksa keluar daripada kereta berjalan. Because jalan belum siap, some parts of it. Jadi bila kita lihat from time to time, starting with Tok Nan, the late Tok Nan, after to type lah, Tok Nan who's getting very nervy about all this pembangunan. Lepas tu come with our premier. Kita semakin lama semakin dapat melihat, we can see the bukti that all the leaders from Sarawak berjuang, dan kita ia memberi harapan pada kita. Cuma mungkin with that kind of harapan, apa lagi yang mendorong kita ni, why are we still there, you know, because I know the women are always, bukan kata orang lelaki tak, tapi we have a tough time as women, because like it or not, tidak semua lelaki menyokong kita dalam parti. I mean, we are open. Tidak semua lelaki yang menyokong kita dalam politik, tapi bila apa-apa hal lah, ni suruh kita buat kerja. This is reality in all the parties I was informed. Jadi kita di Sarawak, mungkin orang tak tahu yang kita ni dari lain parti, tapi umbrella ataupun payung parti kita sama, GPS. Dan saya rasa dengan GPS ini ia memberi kita kekuatan kan. I see that we are getting closer and closer. Kalau dulu, because barangkali kita pernah jadi pembangkang, no. When we were, bila kami jadi pembangkang, kita berkumpul di satu bilik kecil. Di situlah kita bersama makan, minum, beli barang makan. Lepas tu kita ada perbincangan. Kalau dulu it was different. Jadi menjadi pembangkang memberi kita satu semangat baru. Dan sekarang ini whatever party we belong to, mana kita terasa we feel that we are from the same roof, the same party, walaupun dia GPS yang menyatukan kita. But again, you see, inilah saya nak, mungkin you can share, maybe you are new compared to me in terms of the perbezaan ini, because GPS only happen masa kita
2009
sudah
2019 I think.
after that, after bila BN kalah, jadi kita yang Ahmad Muhammad Premier kita keluar daripada parti kita keluar daripada Barisan Nasional, dan kita menubuhkan GPS kerana demi memperjuangkan hak-hak Sarawak, keperluan untuk Sarawak. Jadi kita kita menubuhkan satu parti, yang satu gabungan yang bernama GPS. Jadi di situlah saya nampak perbezaannya, dan mungkin you would like to share juga how do you feel, with this kind of arrangement, bagaimana ia banyak membantu kita.
No. True like what you said. Walaupun kita sama parti, UPBB, IPRS, tapi kita dalam sikit gabungan lah, GPS. What it means is kompas kita sama lah, kompas GPS tu.
Kompas GPS sama.
The only difference is mungkin perjuangan PRS tu more of rural lah. Sebab semua YB PRS tu, Wakil Rakyat PRS are all rural based, whereas PBB is a bit of
mix. It's a mix.
Yes. Tapi when I see, ever since kita form GPS tu, semangat Sarawak yang kuat. Nya menyatukan kita, and because we have common values and we have common interests, so to speak. Jadi perjuangan kita yang lebih bermakna. Apatah lagi, ever since Malaysia was formed, over the years kita pun hak terhakis and that kind of things. When we come together, and selepas kita keluar dari BN, we become our own boss, when we become our own boss, it's easier to speak for yourself. So I think forming GPS is really a good move. And kedua, kita dapat mendapat lebih sokongan dari anak-anak Sarawak, seperti yang Kak Mek sebutkan tadi lah, sebab perjuangan tu common, our common value, our common interest, our common struggle, apatah lagi berkenaan dengan hak kita yang terhakis. So, but I'm sad lah, sebab ada orang sebelah tok lah still thinking that perjuangan kita tu lebih pada tamak, To me, it's not tamak. It is, as I said lah, hak kita terhakis, yang dituntut kita, We're not asking for more.
Correct.
And neither we want to ask for any less than what we are, what is rightly ours, kan? So, that's it lah. But back to Premier Abang Jo, I think he's a good leader. And then able to put kita Sarawak among top competitor in Malaysia. Maksudnya dari segi ekonomi, dari segi paduan kita, dari segi teknologi, ideologi baru and that kind of things. So I think it is good. Really, it is good. And sekira kita dalam komponen GPS.pbb ka, PRS ka, SUPP ka, PDP Perjuangan kita sama.
Sama.
Yang penting Sarawak first.
Yeah,
Kan?
and that's why I said. I mean, with now we have this tagline of Sarawak first.
Betul.
Macam-macam, whatever it is, kita bila we think of Sarawak first, we
Semangat
think
dia,
of being. You are right to say bila yalah, some people think that kita tamak. Cuma I think being a Sarawakian, having actually I've been there before MA63 ni. It was federalism. I was the one who started with bila jadi menteri tanggungjawab dalam hal undang-undang. I want to know what is it that people are talking about dalam constitution ya. That's why I started the walkabout. Kita pergi we went to all the states, tapi I didn't sempat pergi semua state, because after that I changed to another portfolio. But I was the one with the Tan Sri Hanifah Hamman. Jadi kami dua lah started it. Of course with the blessing of our former Prime Minister during that time. Jadi bercakap mengenai what we are claiming here, bukan kita nak ambil hak orang. Again, sometimes I kena juga bila kita dalam majlis kan, ada yang menyindir kita tak apa, Sarawak ni orang kaya. Tapi the thing is, kita kaya bukan kita ambil orang punya. Kita kaya sebab we work hard for it. You see what the premier is doing. Of course, it was a follow through from the previous leaders kita lah. Tapi premier kebetulannya dah terus meneruskan perjuangan ini. Then you can see he was focused. And he is focused. You're rightly putting it, you kata, no, he is putting on the focus on economy and not ordinary economy, which other people could have done it before. Why were you not thinking about it? Jadi macam he is now talking about new energy, the hydrogen semuanya. Why don't you talk about it? Why do you have to wait somebody from Sarawak to buat? But anyway, itu cerita lain. Yang penting kita ada yang berhormat premier kita yang memikir untuk seluruh Sarawak memimpin dengan baik, dengan cara yang betul lah. So again berbalik kepada politik ini. Now I'm not so sure about your party lah. Bidang politik biasanya memang dikontrol lah oleh lelaki. Wanita ni kita always kata okay, Miss A ni akan stand kat sini, Miss B kat sini. Kita ni sentiasa terpaksa mendengar. Tapi you can see lah, memang we are being controlled by that kind of situation lah. Tapi I should have congratulated you. You sudah menang dalam pertandingan sebagai ketua wanita PRS. Alhamdulillah, it is something not easy walaupun mana terfikir bertanding ke tak bertanding, but it's always the case, you have to work very hard. Bak kata yang amat berhormat Tun Pen Sri Datuk Taib Mahmud last time, you know, he said wanita, let them do the work, yang pergi campaign, they are the best campaigners. You know why? He said because orang pregnant dia boleh pegang perut, tanya bila mau lahir. Dia masuk dari pintu depan, keluar dari pintu dapur. So natural. Dia bukan cakap politik, dia bermesra dengan orang rumah. So now maybe you would like to comment on that supaya orang faham perjuangan wanita ni dalam politik ini bukan mudah.
Foremost, kasih lah, you know. But to tell you honestly, this is not the first time the position was uncontested. And this time the whole wanita line-up was uncontested. So I want to thank the women members of PRS. I think in terms of solidarity dalam parti among the wanita is there. I feel it. Without them, siapalah kami, you know. I may be a leader, but without their support, si ada beri semangat, si ada beri motivasi dan sebagainya. But because they are there with me, they become my pillar of strength. Jadi tulang belakang, you know. So I like to thank the wanita PRS members, and of course PRS members as a whole lah. Tanpa sidaknya pun, mun sidak si beri dorongan, so to speak pun, this would not have happened. Tapi benar, it wasn't easy. PRS especially is a male-dominated party, number one.
I think all the parties are.
Yeah.
Under
Tapi
GBS
mindset,
is the same.
you must know the Dayak people. Because I say the Dayak because majority of the members dekat PRS, and the male and the leaders are Dayak,
Yeah.
Dayak people, they always perceive women as second fiddle. Kalau dulu lah.
Yeah.
Even now, there's the kind of perception masih ada. Kalau dulu, women boleh keluar dari bilik, Mun ada tamu datang, whatever, you stay there. You keluar, you macam, what do you call
Dia menunjuk dia lah.
menunjuk diri.
Luar
Si
kan.
boleh, you macam ngegeh, you macam, nang si boleh lah,
Yeah.
So, if people don't see you, nya bagus. Nya macam, anak so and so atau bini so imun. The word is imun. Nya macam calm, cool, si keluar, orang si tahu.
Oh, semun lah.
So, you stay at the back. So, that's good, so to speak lah dalam
Considered to be good lah.
yeah, dalam konteks. But things has changed, Things has changed. And in PRS, many years dulu, I have been a single voice in the Majlis Tertinggi Parti. But I keep telling myself, and this is the thing that I keep telling my wanita, you must speak up. You must stand up and be counted. Because kadang-kadang, I remember what my late father used to tell me. Jangan berhenti bercakap, jangan berhenti minta. Sometimes, people merik kita ataupun kita, people decided to listen to you, not because they like you, bukan kerana sidaknya suka atau sidaknya nak merik, tapi sebenarnya sidaknya dah lejuk dengan you minta. Dah lejuk dengan you, okay, boleh ajak lah. Bengis dah telinga aku dengarnya tu, Things like that.
Reverse psychology.
So, I keep telling my wanita that there are many times I have been told, cukuplah, you all ada polsek, you pernah jadi this and that. But then what they forgot is this is not about me. This is not about me. It's about the women, That's why, and that actually aroused my stubbornness. I said, you got it all wrong. Otherwise, apa guna aku jadi ketua wanita if I don't speak this up? And things like that. There are many times also, although they did not directly say into my face, there are many times that people think I'm very bitchy. I don't care how you think about me. Yang penting, my conscience is clear. I know what I want for the female, for the wanita, especially rural women. And that's me,
Yeah.
I'll speak it up without fear or favor.
That's the right attitude lah, because we are no longer like before. Cuba I notice you have so many among the Dayaks, especially educated why are they not interested in politics kah? Because I know that even now kita ada 30 wanita dalam Dewan Rakyat, dan you are the only the first wanita Dayak dalam Dewan Rakyat. And then maybe you have to share whether it was really very challenging when you first came into the political arena.
One, I want to answer your question. Not mula-mula kena wanita Dayak banyak yang professional.
Ramai, there are so many.
True. But people rather choose to, because most of the professionals are people yang kerja, But people choose to work, come back and be with the family. Politics tak you tahu kan? Nya singira siang, singira malam, singira panas, singira hujan. That kind of commitment. Yeah.
I like the way you put it. Panas, hujan.
Which is true. Sebab mula-mula kami when I was berkecimpung dengan politics during the early years, you don't get paid for what you are doing.
Yeah, true.
I work for Shell then, Habis balik kerja pukul 4, pukul 5 petang, adalah pergi peninjau and all these places. Weekends, there's no weekend. As I said, kami travel ke
Nobody
Bintulu.
asked you to do that, right?
No. Travel ke Sibu, ke Kapit, ke Batu Niah, sampai ke Betong, ke Semanggang. I don't get paid for it. But how many people yang mau commit macam
Betul.
how many people want to sacrifice their time? And I have asked a few ladies who are ada pelajaran, professionals and things like that. They said the same thing, Kadang-kadang dah kerja, all I want is to come back. You're so exhausted from work, and nobody wants to go the extra mile to to do what we
Berjuang,
did,
yeah.
berjuang,
Actually,
that kind of
at
things.
that time you don't know the word berjuang, but you know
No,
that you just want to do it
correct.
for
The
the
semangat
people.
is there.
Semangat.
And now I always tell women ataupun girls that come to join the party, because I want to make sure that mun sidaknya join party bukan kerana sidaknya there are some who think best lah aku nanggah kita berjalan situ,
Oh, yalah.
best lah aku nanggah kita gathering. I said, excuse me, don't get it wrong. Remember, I said, I want to ask you this question. You tahu kenapa you coming to join politics, you know? Because I said, if you are here for your own personal interest, personal gain, you forget it. Because mungkin you tahan setahun, 2 tahun, 3 tahun. But the 4th year, the 5th year, when you see it rewarded according to your expectation, you may leave. I mean, mungkin you akan, because you said,
Yeah.
I don't get what I want. So I said, remember, politics is about perjuangan. You join the party, is about perjuangan. Okay, along the way, mun lah you diberi orang award ke, apa-apa that is a reward in itself. Tapi mun you datang because you feel that you enjoy seeing what we are doing, you enjoy, you wanted because hoping that mungkin aku dapat diberi award ke, dapat jadi anak ke. That's not how it should be. You can ask my wanita members of PRS. I'll throw that question to them. Some of them tengangak, you know. But I want to start with the right footing.
Yeah, betul.
And that's it.
Yeah, some people may think that we get business. And
Yeah, glamour. And I always remember that my late father used to tell me this. Okay, just now you asked me about my upbringing. We come from a very humble family. My father and mother was the product of Berjalai, you know. My father, our roots are Sri Aman lah, Semanggang, Batu Lintang, Entebar. When he was young, the father left, remarried, mother passed on, nenek yang jaga, life was tough. So at the age of 16, he left the longhouse, Berjalai, hoping to mencari kerja. But after 2-3 years, he was about 16 years old then, dapat kerja Shell, you know, starting with the storekeeper and so forth. And my parents always tell me this, there's no shortcut to wealth.
Yeah.
You have to work for your money. You have to work for your wealth. And that's one thing. Another thing is, become aku pun mantra, be honest, be sincere, you cannot be far wrong. It has become my mantra.
There's the values.
Yeah.
Values that
So,
you
that's it
you've
lah. That's
being
the
trained.
kind of upbringing that I may be poor, but I'm very rich with with semangat ya, semangat perjuangan, and semangat wants to see things happen, especially for women lah.
If there's anything you want to change in the PRS ka, in GPS ka, ought to be changed, especially for the sake of women leadership.
One thing, because kita selalu je bercakap, you know, when I look at it, even the last WIPA that was held in Kuching, and many a times kita talk about women representation dekat parliament lah, dekat state assembly lah. In truth is, GPS tu, you know, sebagai sebuah gabungan parti Sarawak, we have lead in many ways recently, you know, and I really hope, mungkin lah, you know, for the GPS component party, if our leader can say, each of these component party, the next election or in future election, must make sure that 30% daripada kandidat adalah wanita.
Yeah.
You
And
know
we've been
what?
talking about it for a long time, right?
Correct. So make it a policy within GPS for a start. Sebab kita cakap pasal women representation dekat state assembly, I mean, you can only be there if your specific party tu nominate you as candidate. Mun you sit dapat jadi kandidat, gene lah you nak datang atas ya kan. So that is my hope. And in fact, during the last WIPA, I was asked about the same thing lah, but in a bigger aspect, ASEAN, so to speak. Aku madah legislate a policy, you know, that includes political party, to make sure that all political party, mun sidak yang hantar candidate, if you hantar 3, at least 1 is women lah, you know, and things like that. Otherwise, no point that you madah now in parliament 30 orang aja ataupun whatever figures compared to 200 about 100 plus men. That is only the tip of the iceberg. Yang penting is allow us, each party to be able to nominate women as candidate.
Jadi ini adalah ahli parlimen daripada Sarawak dan kita nak nak engage especially with the young people, the youth. Kita nak tahu macam mana kita nak membawa bersama the youth. I know there quite a number of young people. Oh, I want to be like you. I want to join politics like you. So I used to tell them, bukan hanya nak join, tapi you kena tahu perjuangan. Ada yang tanya saya, what do you mean by perjuangan? Ada yang tersirat, ada tersurat. Apa yang tersirat? I share lah, ini dia certain things dalam politics ini. You mesti ada yang tersirat, tersurat. Bagaimana you are talking about helping the rural people. What is it yang tersurat for you dalam your rural people tu kan? Jadi untuk youth ini, dan kita amat beruntung. Kita Sarawak ni amat beruntung di mana Sarawak ada menganjurkan program Lan Berambih. Di situ you can see all races, all religions were there. We just finished our Lan Berambih di mana I think setakat inilah, tak tahu maybe after that you can see other states also following. But Sarawak every year now, actually we started with 800 orang dulu tau, 2008 ke 2009 masa tu, and it's only for Hari Raya. Lepas tu every year dia tukar sekali, no longer just raya punya do. Now it is year end, kita nak kumpul semua pelajar-pelajar Sarawak, our diaspora, untuk hadir pada program Lan Berambih. That's where we see the youth. Bagaimana kita nak update dengan kita punya youth itu mengenai political scenario in Sarawak. Because kita jarang cakap politik. The way you cakap tadi, itulah satu peluang. I know you talk about what you just mentioned just now. We have to say it because berapa lama, I mean myself belum lagi jadi MP pun, memang I was in NGO, selalu dibawa bersama dalam dialog apa. People are always talking about the 30% tu. Tapi sampai sekarang pun 30% is just kita cakap sajalah. Because kita ni parti, mana-mana political party kita we are dependent on the leaders. The leaders are always the men. Jadi dalam hal ini kita nak, we want to update the youth melalui Lan Berambih lah. Tapi apa juga cara kita untuk membawa bersama, to bring them to be with us, supaya youth ini believe in what we are doing, especially Sarawak. Because yang lain-lain tu kita tak dapat masuk campur. Yang penting Sarawak youths.
I think what we are doing is very good lah, Lan Berambih tu. The recent Lan Berambih, kita ada 3,500 mahasiswa-mahasiswi dari Sarawak
siang,
lah.
Itu siang.
Malam
kita
banyak
sampai
lagi.
6,500.
Semua diaspora Sarawak, about 7,000 lah, Tapi youth kita about 3,500 to 4,000. True, But I think dari expect kita Sarawak, we are able to consolidate youth kita melalui program Lan Berambih and so forth. Tapi dari segi personal, even masa Lan Berambih tu, I have a few students coming to see me, like what you said lah, Dato' Sri, I really appreciate what you all are doing. Some of them giving words of encouragement, thank you very much, but some of them they think that what we are doing is macam glamour and but it's not. So I told them, okay, foremost, before you actually involve yourself in politics, you must be well informed. Well informed maksud kami is peel your eyes, open your ears, baca, lihat sekitar yang berlaku, especially in Sarawak, especially what GPS government is doing, especially what GPS leadership is doing, and try to understand, and try to explore everything that is being shared, ataupun yang yang dipolah leaders kita, especially in Sarawak. And secondly, I tell them, whatever engagement you do it peacefully, Sebab biak tu, at the age of, when sidaknya youth, sidak lebih driven by emosi.
Betul.
Then practically, the nature is like that.
Yeah.
The nature is like that. That's why I said, if kita ada engagement or whatever, do it peacefully. Okay? And secondly also, jangan terbawa-bawa, don't, how do you call that? Don't avoid blind loyalty, jangan terbawa by some people that you look at him or her sebabnya vocal. That's why back to what I say tadi pasal be well informed. You hear, you see, you listen, and you digest, and you connect with what you see, with what you read. Then, jangan terbawa-bawa by people who are rhetoric. Rhetoric maksud kami, mungkinnya pandai bercakap.
Cakap aja.
Mungkinnya pandai criticize here and there. That will arouse your emosi. Tapi jangan. It's important for youth today to be well informed and pandai rationalize things. Okay? And of course, I think it is important for youth kita to is to exercise their right.
Rightly.
To exercise their right. Maksud kami, mun sedaknya 18 tahun boleh ngundi kinito. Exercise it rightly because kita nangga, don't exercise it just because there's one or two thing nang you si suka. Mun you si suka, voice it out. I think kinito kerjaan kita GPS in Sarawak. Leaders kita, they're very open. We are all very open. I'm sure you are as well, at our level. We don't actually sweep underneath the carpet
They
issue.
can contact us, our numbers is open to them.
Now, Premier is also like that. Even that they masalah berambe, inviting them to write to him, things like that. And I do that in my kuasan as well. My pusat khidmat is a walk-in pusat khidmat, things like for youth or for whatever. Jadi, yang penting is when there is something that you si bapa berkenan, don't use that as a reason for you to melawan ataupun reason for you to get angry. Because there are many much more things that Sarawak can do if we all stay together. The youth, the wanita, the men, especially the youth. Sebabnya pemimpin masa
they're the future
kita,
leaders.
They are our future leaders. And then tadi you mentioned about kita wanita, talking about wanita pun participation. Benar. That day, back to WIPA, Women ASEAN Interparliamentary Assembly. I was the chair in 2015, because not every 10 years, talking about the same thing. Gender equality lah, women participation lah, 30%. So I question. I think Dato' Hashidah was also there. And I said, tell you all honestly, I don't know why are we still talking about this after 10 years. How have we progressed, and things like that. So it is tough, but kita mesti determine lah. We don't give up. We keep pursuing, and we want as much as possible engage the youth, the younger generation, especially the girls, the females, supaya perjuangan sidak pun sama dengan kita. And hopefully sidaknya si payah berjuang sekeras-keras kita tu lah. Hopefully they are already system in place for them.
We already setting it up for them.
Correct. So that's my feel, my views.
Ya YB, tadi kita bercakap mengenai Lambang-Bela, macam-macam cara Sarawak kan. But as a politician yourself, macam saya, I'm doing this because I want to tell the young people that, it's not too bad in politics. Of course lah, you kena tahan juga lah, telinga tahan, hati tahan. Tapi we cannot keep it to ourselves saja. We are not going to be there sampai mati. That's why surely we need to have some plans to involve the young people. Maybe you have yours beyond politics, apa yang you buat.
Like what you say, memang true lah, kita mesti ada pelapis. Dia pun Datuk Seri Alex cakap pasal pria, tapi tu pasal yang pun achievement. But memang we need to have pelapis. That's why as much as possible, akulah I like to encourage the youngsters. Actually banyak tidak datang ke office. My pejabat in Kuching, ke office in Kuching. Borak-borak dengan sidak, because kadang-kadang sidak yang nangga kita tu sebagai YB takut, there is a kind of barrier.
They're the ones yang create that protocol punya barrier.
Betul. Sidaknya si mau approach kita and that kind of thing. So of late, actually this year I have a few that came to my office, not only kadang-kadang sidaknya mau interview for their
Yeah,
for
with the
the
project.
projects and things like. But at the same time, that opens an opportunity for me to be able to talk to them.
Yeah.
So I encourage them as much as possible, especially anak-anak kita dari rural, you know. And I said to them, you have lots of potentials to be people like me, for example, because you said, oh, I choose you to do this project because I blah, blah, blah you.
Yeah.
And I said, you have lots of potential to be like me if I am your idola lah, so
Yeah.
to speak. But first, as I said, one, you must ask yourself, what do you want to do for your people? What are your main objective? Okay. Number dua is, as I said just now lah, you have to be informed. Inform means what's going on. Because otherwise, mun you si tahu tuju you, si tahu sebab you want to be like me, for
Yeah.
example, then susah juga kan.
Yes.
But I always encourage the youngsters. Next year, I'm going to have interns. I encourage interns to be with me so that setidaknya selain daripada dapat merasakan what is it like to be a politician,
Yeah.
at least it also
What are the
opens up.
challenges faced?
Yes, yes. What are the challenges? Of course, it's up to them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But to expose them to this kind of things, at least they can appreciate the job of a politician. Okay, bukan kadang-kadang bukan kita bertekak di dewan aja ataupun kita attending jamuan or whatever. Yang lebih penting as a politician is when you are on the ground. So these are things that I've been doing, but the interns are something that I will do for next year. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, YB, I was curious. Somebody told me about you have this new name, the tiger. Where does that come from? Why is it there?
Aduh. Tiger, I believe you're talking about my FB dengan my TikTok lah.
I see. But anyway, surely ada yang
Long story. Actually, tahun berapa kita start ada FB? I think 2015, 2016 dulu.
around that. Yeah.
Masa ya mau juga ngikut orang ada FB, so to speak. Tapi si mau engkau gambar benar.
Oh.
So scroll adalah keluar gambar tiger yang cute, you know. So I put it there, you know. And since then, people always relate me to munangga FB tiger. Memang lah Doris pun FB tu, you know.
Yeah.
And when I open my TikTok, I also use the word tiger.
Sama,
Yeah. But people can relate to me as with that gambar. But in truth lah, I keep tiger as a reminder also. You know why?
Yeah.
Because no matter how cool, no matter how calm, no matter how quiet a woman is, okay, there is a tiger, there is a strength, her inner strength, and ever ready to rise, ever ready to roar, ever ready to prowl when needed. So I keep that as a reminder.
Oh, yeah.
But
never kacau lah, huh?
never kacau
The
lah.
minute kacau, it
So don't
goes.
touch me, okay? My color is there. I still keep my
Oh,
stripe.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
No, it doesn't started like that. But over the years, I use that as a reminder, and I said, okay, I like it. You know, I keep it there. So that's how it is lah.
Okay, thank you. Well, before we end lah, maybe you would like to say something to share with the people out there, you know. Maybe ada yang daripada Sri Aman nak dengar ataupun seluruh Sarawak, or even though wherever they are, they might want to know, you know, your principle, your apa orang kata, your the values that you hold. So maybe you want to share, especially to orang Sarawak lah.
Bagi kami is sebagai anak Sarawak, we must be resilient. Kita jangan berhenti berjuang untuk Sarawak, you know. Because kita unique. Kita di Sarawak tu cukup unik. Dari segi etnik, mungkin silap kami 28. Not less than 28 ethnics lah in.
Yeah, that one is official.
Yeah, yang si
Ada
official tu
sub lagi.
like Berketan, like Rajang and all these sort
Yes,
of things.
correct.
Maybe more, maybe 40. Tapi yang bestnya sebagai anak Sarawak, kita dapat perpaduan kita dalam kepelbagaiannya.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yang ngembak kemakmuran untuk kita Sarawak, because we don't look at it as negativity, we look at it as something yang positif. Okay, I respect you, you respect me, so ialah yang membuahkan keharmonian di kita Sarawak. So what I'm trying to say is, lagi-lagi kita tahu diri anak Sarawak, remember kita serumpun, so to speak, kita sama-sama anak Sarawak. Jadi, and for the youth out there, as I said, you have a lot of future ahead of you. So if you want to have a good future, especially kita in Sarawak, kita kerjasama. Pemimpin, we are so lucky that we have a leader in like that. Nama Datuk Petinggi Abang Jo. We have GPS to hold us together. Yes, we respect there are other parties that is not part of GPS, but GPS has a vision. GPS has a mission untuk menaikkan taraf Sarawak, bukan saja di Malaysia, tapi di mata dunia. So I think that is most important. As you said, kita bukan situk forever, but we want the younger generation, anak-anak muda kita, to maybe not to follow our path, but to hold this spirit, supaya kita Sarawak, maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, even 100 years from now, still always maintain at the top there.
I'm so happy to hear, because kita sebagai anak Sarawak, I think kita among those who are lucky.
Correct.
Kita, you're right to say, our pemimpin begitu begitu very forward thinking, very far sighted. Dia memikir mengenai, we even have sovereign wealth fund.
Correct.
Untuk generasi yang akan datang. So itu among them. Lain tu banyak lagi. So that's why I said kita amat bersyukur, kita lucky. Ialah kebetulan kita ni dari sama rumpun, sama GPS.
Betul.
Nama satu bumbung yang sama, and then now even though we are from
Satu
different
kompas,
party, different party, tapi kita masih dapat bekerjasama. Sekali ucapkan terima kasih kepada Muhammad Datuk Seri Doris di atas kesudian untuk bersama dengan kita. Yang betul kata tadi Muhammad, you were saying that we are so lucky in Sarawak, we have a very good leader, very far-sighted, dan kita ada sovereign wealth fund. As I said, our pemimpin memikirkan untuk ekonomi Sarawak, untuk semua orang Sarawak. Jadi saya bersyukur jugalah. Thank you for your willingness to come and join me in our Dialog NS dan dapat bersama dengan rakan-rakan kita di luar sana. Any last words from you?
I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity lah. I feel privileged dapat bersuara, dapat kata kita kat Sarawak, berandau, berandau, ngenang banyak-banyak.
Kita doakan agar Sarawak maju makmur seterusnya.
Okay, thank you for having me. Terima kasih.